What's up, everyone? Ben Batman here with Batman Fitness and Strength, and today I have three exercises for you to help you master the LSIT, okay? We have the foot-supported LSIT hold and raises, the seated leg raise, both advanced and the standard version. Advanced is for those spunky kind of people. And then the third exercise is the reverse plank to the modified LSIT. So if those look like they interest you, make sure to continue with this video. I guess I should probably show you what a full LSIT looks like first, so you know I can actually do one. And two, just for those people that might just be watching this being like, LSIT sounds kind of cool, let me give me some of that. Well, now you'll actually know what an LSIT is. All right, here we go with the full LSIT, and then we'll get going with the exercises. As promised, here's a full LSIT. Pretty cool, huh? I think so too. All right, there we go. There's the full LSIT. So let's get going with this video. Okay, before we get on to the actual exercises that I'll be showing you today to help you along your journey to the LSIT, I want you to try this one thing for me. So get yourself a step or some kind of chair, anything that's elevated off the ground. And I want you to assume an LSIT position. I'll go ahead and assume that you know kind of what an LSIT position is, but briefly, your hands, thumbs width away, right forward of your tailbone, your legs are straight, toes are pointing the way. So now that we're sitting on this block, I want you to go into an LSIT. So try to go ahead and get into an LSIT. And I want you to press up. And then come back down. So if you are able to do an LSIT on an elevated block, or say you have some parallettes, then you probably have the strength to accomplish an LSIT, but you probably don't have the hamstring mobility to do it. Okay, so then we go down one of two paths. If you can do the LSIT on an elevated surface, then you need to focus on hamstring mobility to master the LSIT on the floor. If you're still not able to do an LSIT on the elevated block, then you need to work on strength as well. Our first exercise that we have out of the three that I'm going to be showing today to work up towards the LSIT is a foot-supported LSIT hold, or you can do raises with this movement if you can't quite get the hold yet. So what you're going to be doing, you'll set your feet on the block or whatever you're using in this. It doesn't have to be an aerobic step. It can be kind of whatever you want. This is about 5 inches off the ground, so something around there. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to have your legs straight right here, toes pointed away from your body. You're going to set both your hands on each side of your legs about a thumb's width away from your thigh, and you're going to be just forward of your tailbone, okay, your sitting bones. Now what you're going to do, you're going to put force into the ground right here, so you're creating tension throughout your arms. Then you're going to take a breath in, and you're going to lock in that air. You're going to create a lot of tension in your midsection. So you put force into the ground to create tension in your arms. You create tension in your midsection. And then once you're here, you press up, maintaining that tension that you just created. You lock out your arms, depress your shoulders, meaning you push your shoulders down, and you protract your scapula, meaning your shoulder blades come forward. And you hold this right here. So that's the foot-supported LSIT hold. And if you can't quite get holds of that, so say you can only do like a second, and then you come back down to the ground. What I want you to do is you do all the same steps that I just outlined, and you come up, and you come down. You come up, and then you come down. Come up, come down, just like that. This is one of my favorite exercises to help people along their path to master the LSIT. All right, the second exercise that I have for you today, and this will help with hamstring mobility as well, Although if you don't have a decent bit of hamstring mobility to start off, this one will be particularly difficult, okay? We have two versions, the regular version and the advanced version, okay? I'm gonna do the regular version first. So, you're gonna be here, you're gonna set your hands down about right above your knees, the bottom of your thighs. And you're gonna keep your entire hand on the ground, palm and fingers. So, once we're here, we're gonna keep our feet together and we're gonna flex our core and we're gonna raise our feet up right here, okay? So this requires a good amount of hamstring mobility and a good amount of core strength, okay? You have to combine the two to do this movement well, okay? Now the advanced version, you can just get some shoes. Anything really works. You have to move your feet over. So I'm gonna be using my shoes right here. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna start with your feet off to one side. You're gonna place your hands in the same position. And you're gonna bring your feet over whatever object that you're using. Right here. Keep your feet together, core is tight. You never set your feet down. This helps build core compression strength, which is vital to mastering the LSIT. There we go. That's exercise 2 to help you along your journey to master the LSIT. All right, so my third and final exercise for you today is a reverse plank to a modified LSIT. What the hell is a reverse plank to a modified LSIT? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here we go. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna set your hands in the same position you would for a regular LSIT. So forward of your tailbone, about a thumb's width away from your thighs. And then you're gonna come forward and you're gonna raise your hips up. This is a reverse plank right here. Don't let your hips sag, this is lame. You want to lock your hips out, full hip extension, arms stay straight. So this is the reverse plank. And then you're gonna bring your hips back to where they're under your shoulders. Your feet are on the ground, arms are locked, your core is tight. So this is the modified LSIT. Then you go back to a reverse plank and then back to the modified LSIT. And you cycle through like this. This helps build straight arm strength and compression strength once you reach this part of the movement. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can lift up one foot as you come into that modified LSIT right there. So that'll make it a decent bit harder than the regular modified LSIT. All right, so that is the third exercise for you. All right, y'all. I showed you all 3 exercises today to help you along your journey to master the LSIT. And at the beginning, we did the LSIT on an elevated surface to see whether we lack the strength or whether we lack the hamstring mobility, okay? Figure that out, and then you choose whichever path you yourself needs to go down. Everyone's gonna have their own individual exercises that'll work best for them to help them master the LSIT. Each person's journey is gonna be different. But these 3 exercises, on average, will help people achieve the full LSIT on the ground. The first one was the foot-supported LSIT, and I recommended doing either raises, where you just come up and down, or doing holds. And you're gonna work your time up with the holds. Programming-wise, you can do, say, 4 to 6 sets of maximum holds, and you can increase the number of sets, increase the time that you're holding. If you're doing raises, go for 4 to 6 sets of, you can start with 10 raises and then work your way up to 20 to 30 raises. We then had the seated leg raises, both the standard and the advanced. I normally do these for time. So say 4 or 5 sets of 30 seconds, and you can work up with the sets, or you can increase the time. Generally, once you reach a minute of doing seated leg raises, y'all are good, man. Don't worry about it. And then lastly, we did the reverse plank to the modified LSIT. This is one of my favorite exercises to do regardless. I can do the LSIT, but I still love to do this exercise. It helps train core compression and back extension and glute strength and straight arm strength. Great exercise. Programming wise, again, you can stick with the 4 to 6 sets to keep it all the same, and you can do for time, so say 30 to 60 seconds, or you can do for reps, starting at 8 and going up to 20. And those are all ballpark ranges for you to decide what fits best for you. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned some stuff to help you along your journey to master the LSIT. If you have any questions about any of the exercises that you did, or if you get pain when doing any of the exercises, just drop it in the comments below and I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a comment, make sure to like, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Batman Fitness and Strength, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video just like this one. And if you really enjoy me and you like seeing pictures of me, I don't know, maybe make sure to follow my Instagram, Batman Fitness and Strength. That is all. Have a great day and stay strong.